Okay, like I said in the last video, I have a watcher of the channel who I appreciate you a lot, Andrew, for reaching out to me, having me be a part of your buying decision when it comes to this Seamaster Black Bay comparison, which is a big one. Luckily, I've been through this. Fortunately, I ended up buying both, but I can give you my opinion and I think I can help. And you had some specific questions that I'm definitely going to answer. I've had both of these watches. For those of you that haven't seen the channel before, this was my first luxury piece, and then I ended up getting the Seamaster shortly after because I felt like the Black Bay didn't really satisfy what I had envisioned as far as a luxury piece, what I wanted as, you know, that first, it was like a celebration of where I had gotten to and getting this job at Google and a lot of things. So I don't want to act like it was all about marking the moment. It was really just me like wanting to get a really nice piece. So I wanted a piece that really gave me that luxury feel. I already had a couple watches, and at this point I wanted something that had that oomph to it. So thinking back to when I initially got these watches and analyzing why I felt that the Seamaster was drawing me in more as opposed to the Tudor Black Bay when I first got them, was I believe because of how reflective and sort of jewelry-like and shiny this Seamaster is, and how impressive the Seamaster is visually versus the Black Bay. And it's not that the Black Bay isn't a handsome watch, which is exactly what I said in the video that I made about it. It's just, it's not as striking as this Seamaster, and to me that was the embodiment of what a luxury watch is in my mind, or was in my mind when I got these. First thing you said is if these watches are reliable. Now the numbers of the seconds of how reliable they are and stuff like that, it can be found online. I can look it up and tell you, but if you're just asking my personal experience with wearing both of these watches, they're both extremely reliable. I mean, I have had no issues of seconds or minutes lagging or the time being off or anything like that. My personal use case, like I mentioned in my previous video, I wear all of my watches quite often. I cycle between them. I don't go very long wearing just one watch. I'll usually go maybe a few days. So I'm always having to set them again. I wouldn't have direct experience with it being a minute off or whatever over the course of a month. And in my opinion, is that really that big of a deal? I mean, I'm checking my time. I do check my time on my watch all the time, I do, but I also check it on my phone. It doesn't matter to me that much, but from my experience, they both are perfectly reliable, no problem. You asked me if they can take a knock and are suitable for every occasion, be it an evening at a bar, interviewing at work, or going to the gym. So let me start with the Black Bay as far as those questions. Can it take a knock? Let me tell you, absolutely. And let me tell you a story. So I just got this piece. I was at the gym at my job. I'm in the locker room and I wanted to protect it because I had just got it. So I was like, let me wrap my jacket or my shirt around the watch. That way I don't have it in the pocket of my bag hitting all my keys and stuff like that. Let me have it on its own, protected in a shirt. So man, I go to the gym, I lift, I come out of the gym, I go to the locker, I open my bag, and my shirt had all this lint on it. And I wanted to get the lint off my shirt, totally forgetting that I had the watch in there. I grabbed the freaking shirt and I shook the shirt to get the lint off, and my watch, this Tudor Black Bay 58, went crashing down to the locker room floor. I mean, hard. I had my AirPods in and I could hear it boom hit the ground and slide across the locker room floor and into the lockers. I was like, I mean, my heart sunk. I was heartbroken, and I was like, I knew that I destroyed it. I was like, the glass is cracked, everything it's done. I just spent all this money on this watch and I just ruined it. And man, I picked it up and it was almost completely fine. I was totally shocked that this watch wasn't destroyed with how hard I shook that fucking t-shirt. I mean, it was boom, like there's like a little dent. You can kind of see it there. Yeah, you see? Right on the edge. I can't believe that was the only damage. So I was very impressed with this one, and yes, it can take a fucking beating. Its suitability for work or occasions, I think that this one is perfect for an evening out at the bar. Great for not only a casual outfit and for work, but it's also really nice for going out for dinner. especially with like a dark outfit, a dark suit. I definitely think it's suitable for an interview. The gym, I mean, you just heard my experience with it at the gym. I would keep it far away from the gym. I wouldn't wear any of these watches at the gym, so I guess some people do. I'm not that type of guy. I wear an Apple Watch to track my workouts. The only watch that I would wear at the gym is this G-Shock if I didn't have the Apple Watch, but I definitely wouldn't wear like a steel bracelet watch or anything like that at the gym. That's for that one. Let's go into the Seamaster for the same few questions. Can it take a knock? I will say that this one definitely hasn't been through what the Black Bay has been through as far as getting slammed, but I haven't had any marks really show up on the watch. So I have worn it a good amount, but yeah, I mean, I know I've knocked it a few times at the office, but I haven't noticed any dings at all, like any scratches, I mean, it looks pretty much brand new. Now, to be fair, I do wear it less than I wear the Black Bay, but yeah, I mean, it looks perfect. Even the bracelet, the clasp looks perfect. So it definitely can take everyday use, and I'm sure it could take a beating as well. As far as occasions, my gripe with this watch overall has been that I think the same thing that drew me to it is the thing that sometimes pushes me from it, and that is how bright and shiny and attention grabbing it can be. I found that the bracelet was too shiny, and as I mentioned in that video with the Forstner bracelet that I tried on, and I think it looks nice with that, but it takes away from the original look of the Seamaster, which many people like, and if it's for you, then it's for you, no doubt about it. I don't know, I think it would be probably best for dinner, best for going out, maybe best for a suit like James Bond wears it, but it's a flashier piece. Now, as far as work, this watch for the office is gonna get attention, positive and negative. I don't even know if this matters because this doesn't happen specifically in my office, but outshining the boss or anything like that. If you're trying to avoid something like that, maybe this isn't the watch for that setting. I don't know. People probably have different opinions on that. I'm just giving you my thoughts just like coming to me right now with this. And then as far as going to the gym, I wouldn't wear this thing to the gym ever. I know it's a dive watch. I know it's meant to be beat up, but again, no. Okay, so your next question was about functionality and how the watch looks after being a daily driver. So again, aside from the damage that I put on the Tudor Black Bay in the gym, they both still look in great condition. They're not beat up or anything like that. I think they can work fine as a daily driver in both cases. But when it comes to functionality, I do want to mention something that has affected my decisions, and I haven't put these on the wrist yet. Let me get them on the wrist. So functionality wise, one thing that I have found that is much better and much more useful on the BB58 is that the bezel is so much easier and nicer to use. I mean, it's very easy to twist. It's a very satisfying twist. But other than that, I find that at my job, I sometimes want to time myself doing things. So I will use this bezel. I'll set the bezel right there to whatever the minute is, and then I'll see how much time has passed while I'm doing the thing that I'm trying to do, or if I'm trying to be productive and stick to one task until I finish it. This is something that helps me to say, oh, I want to work on this for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever before I get up and go do something else, or before I do another task. So that has been helpful with this one. The issue with the Seamaster is that its bezel is so hard to twist. It's really a pain in the ass to use. This this rounded edge to the bezel, I mean, you can definitely twist it, but it's just not as easy to twist. This is something that I kind of have to like focus in on to get it right, and when I'm twisting the bezel of the Tudor Black Bay, it's really effortless. It's a beautiful experience, where here I just have not liked the experience very much. So let me get some more visuals of it. And for reference, I have a 6.5-inch wrist, so this is what it looks like. This is again a 42mm watch. And let me switch over now to the Tudor Black Bay once again. I'll get some more kind of B-roll in here as well, if I can. So again, there's the Black Bay. The sizing for me is much better at 39mm than the 42mm Seamaster. And the bracelet is much more comfortable. The Seamaster bracelet is thick and heavy, as I mentioned before. It does have the micro adjustment though, which is very nice. Very easy to use, and a significant amount of micro adjustment. I mean, that's plenty for your wrist swelling throughout the day or whatever, where the Black Bay, at least this Black Bay, doesn't have the on-the-fly micro adjustment, which is a pain. It does have points of micro adjustment here, but again, it requires the tool, and I find that to be enough for me. It doesn't have half links, only the full size links, but I found that micro adjustment gave me the perfect sizing for that. So I was able to find a perfect sizing for both of these watches. I don't think that's something that you need to worry about. So your next question was how others perceive the brand. As an example, you said, do people see this as a poor man's Rolex? I think this idea of a poor man's Rolex perception from other people is total bullshit, because literally probably not a single person that you see on a daily basis is gonna even know what the heck you're wearing. I have had nobody point out to me that this is a Tudor. People have asked me what the watch is. They ask me, oh, what is that? Is that a Rolex? What is it? No, it's a Tudor Black Bay 58. Oh, it's a sister company of Rolex. They truly have no idea. Nobody at my office has an idea. When I see people and they say nice watch, my friends, they don't know what it is. So I guess this is other watch snobs that are gonna have this stupid ass opinion about getting a Tudor watch, but I haven't run into that at all. People might think that. I think it's stupid. I wouldn't worry about it, and I don't think you should make buying decisions on snobs' opinions. Forget about them. So I would just totally forget about that. And then the Seamaster, people have a positive view of the Omega brand, and still nobody has known at all since I've had this watch what it is. I would try to, if you can, remove those perceptions from your mind and focus more in on what it is that you like and what it is that you want. For people that know about watches, if you have an Omega, maybe that will impress them more than if you had a Tudor, I don't know. But again, I don't think that should play too much into your decision. And then the last thing you asked about was the thoughts and opinions of someone who has had the luxury to have them both as a daily watch. I will say that I've been tremendously blessed in my life to be able to afford both of these watches and have them. That's not lost on me. I know that this isn't everybody or all the time that people can have these. I'm incredibly blessed and I'm grateful. As of today, having had these for months, I am planning to sell off my Seamaster and keep only the Black Bay 58. And that's so funny because when I first started this channel a few months back, my first video was about how I'm gonna be selling the Tudor Black Bay 58. And the one that I'm actually gonna be selling is the Omega Seamaster. And I'll explain why. So first is the sizing. I just feel that the Tudor Black Bay 58 for a 6.5-inch wrist or below is much better sizing. 42 millimeters is just a little bit too big. I just don't find myself liking it. In addition to that would be the bracelet. The bracelet is much heavier on the Seamaster. It's much lighter on the Tudor Black Bay. Like the Black Bay is just so comfortable to wear, and I like that. I appreciate that. I'm more worried about scratching this one as well, where I'm kind of have messed this thing up already, and I'm really not worried about it. So next would be style. Although I do like the dial of the Seamaster more, it just has more interest to it, and I like the wave pattern and the red color there. I find that the ceramic bezel, the ceramic dial, the very, very shiny bracelet, I found to just be a little bit too shiny, a little bit too eye-catching, and I wanted something a little bit less eye-catching that I would wear every day to work and everything like that. So for me, the Black Bay fits that better. And then finally, although I touched on it, the comfort is much better on the Black Bay than it is on the Seamaster. The way that the bracelet tapers, the weight of the bracelet, even kind of how soft this bracelet is compared to this bracelet on the edges, all of that leads to a much more comfortable experience with the Black Bay 58. And let me get it on. I just find that this is much, much easier to throw on my wrist and just go. And just wear wherever, wear with lots of different outfits. I find that it's just a better daily driver, a better daily piece. And I just end up gravitating towards it a lot more. I just do. And as nice as this is, and I definitely think that this is better watch maybe for a suit and for an occasion where you really want to shine and show out and look really nice. For me, the Black Bay is better. Whew. So Andrew, on your 30th birthday coming up, I wish you the absolute best birthday. I hope you have fun. I hope I helped your decision making even a little bit. And let me know in the comment what you end up getting. And man, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for this decision you have to make. And I appreciate you guys for watching and coming along with me on this. So like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.